You. I have no idea how copyrighted any of this game's individual components are, so I know for a fact that Simple and Clean will absolutely get your channel noobed. If you just mention it by name, it's like an evil entity. You call it, and it arrives. Oh, how terrifying! I am scared. But regardless, we're gonna play the funny clusterfuck of a story on proud mode. Sure, auto off. I don't want my controller destroying my entire physical manifestation. That I found some way to finish that sentence. Now, we're not gonna watch this intro because Simple and Clean can and will kill you in real life. Now, I'm hoping some of the Disney remixes that they use in some of the levels aren't copyrighted. Then again, even just thinking about Disney will get you nuked. It's like, let's just say that I used to dislike the Disney Corporation. But then I found out that they didn't let a 7-year-old ruin their brand by plastering Spider-Man on his gravestone, and that immediately made me enjoy it. Why is it giving me the keyboard tutorial? I don't believe in keyboards. I got a femboy controller. And I'm gonna use it, god damn you. Okay. Let's just play with the idea. Imagine that I watch Simple and Clean. Oh my god, that's so nostalgic. Every time I see it, I just think back to my grandpa. And how no one let him out of the grocery store before morning. Starved to death, he didn't deserve that. Press B to jump. Oh, you're supposed to actually go and pick up the thing? Okay. I would like this extremely sharp blade that shouldn't be entrusted to a child. Your path is set. Now, what will you give up in exchange? Is that supposed to be Mickey who's talking? I know like some of those quiet... No data! I haven't even been alive that long. I don't know, it's plastering something on my screen. I should have given away the shield, because I never get hit anyway. Maybe not. This is the first time I've ever had maybe not. So is this the second one or... Okay, I still have to pick the first one. The power of the fourth, blah 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 blah. I have a severe case of Lambipedes syndrome and my doctor said it's absolutely not even treatable. You will be put down. Please join the family, dog. The power of the guardian. Yes. Okay. Now we can finally move on. I'm glad it asked 10,000 confirmations before I actually got through with the... My wires are tangled. That's not a euphemism for me going insane. I'm not quite that far into my psychosis just yet. Okay, so this is the fighting tutorial if I recall correctly. You've gained the power to fight. That's a badass stance right there. You pull that stance in a street brawl and everyone will just run away. There will be times you have to fight. Keep your light burning strong. Okay, just a little laugh tap. Don't worry kids, he's merely sleeping. Now I know his entire physical manifestation has completely eroded, but I think that's completely besides the point. Also, my finger did not just enter my ear right there and there. But it's RB again. This is actually what it's like to try to take a step in Australia. You're just trying to walk in the street and you're surrounded by massive insects. It's an accurate depiction. There's little to nothing to say in this beginning part. It's the same tutorial every time. In fact, I'm skipping this. There's no one saying anything coherent. 40 frames? I haven't even been alive that long. Oh, it's because the cutscenes are stuck at 30. Yeah, this computer port of this game was put together using cellulose and water. So it's kind of a miracle it's working in the first place, but it's very prone to crashing, which is the main reason that I don't recommend buying this game on your computer unless you have an AMD GPU, in which case the crashing problem has been fixed. Unless you're willing to do some mental gymnastics and googlings and whatnot to find out how to make this game function better, which I personally have, but let me just tell you, it's not intuitive whatsoever. And it still crashes from time to time. I turned G-Sync off, which should have at least somewhat eradicated it, but if it crashes, I'm crashing out. Okay, open the door, please. Hold on, the door won't open just yet. First, tell me more about yourself. We cannot actually give you the actual game. You have to do the most convoluted baloney. Yeah, I'm picking the lowest options because that's overall the least amount of XP it takes to reach level 100. Not that we will be grinding, no, that the title says try not to grind challenge, and I'm gonna stick to it as best as I can. I will not grind. That is pure evil right there. People get hurt, man. You're making a mockery of something serious here. And that's unforgivable, man. Okay. That's enough jamming. Enough fun. Serious mode activated. This game is very deep. And yeah, to be fair, you kind of need you need to be an empath to properly understand this game's lore. It's like if you're not like 100% empath, like I am, which I only learned empathy later in my life. You fool, you messed up your only shot. Okay, I will resort to early game combat tactics since I can't just smash my way through this. And the early game combat tactic is to just bounce around and mash. So not quite just mash. You need a side with your mash. This is a save point. Just save points to recover HP and MP. Yeah, I'm skipping. How did that staircase appear there? This makes no sense. Why didn't they have a cutscene about that staircase appearing? There's no continuity in this game. This game sucks. What were they thinking? What a shitload of fuck. Also, I watched the regular path video on this game. Or the bunch of videos on the things you missed, and this is one of them. You actually can't go back. I wonder if it's to save memory or if it's to actually prevent you. Like, would it break the game too? I understand the staircase disappearing after dark side spawns, which, screw it, I'm gonna show you. Everyone knows that you watch SPLG videos for the game lore. That's the main reason. Well, I mean, there's nothing funny in this video, so I have no idea why would you watch it otherwise. It's kind of counterintuitive by very nature, but don't be afraid. Oh no, scary monster. Metaphor for depression and in coma and stupid. Okay, battle it is. I should warn you, I've never been bested. Okay, bring it on, bucko. This is like when you're a kid and the angry old man of the neighbor comes out. What did I tell you kids about that racket? I called the cops. And then you grab your blade and go ham on his head. I want the tech points of his head, so... That's why I'm waiting, instead of just attacking his hands like a normal boy. I wanna be a real boy! I don't know if he can die during this, like has he lost enough health for that to happen? Okay, apparently not. Infinite health boss battle discovered in Kingdom Hearts. Things you missed. If you pay attention, you may notice that Sora is actually holding a sword. That is a little known fact, and people get hurt. So, spread it with caution. And we are indeed victorious. That's a nice squad. I personally go a little bit more lower. It's gonna hit your legs better. But don't be afraid. You hold the mightiest weapon of all. The friends we made along. Well, I cannot really make that joke because that's actually a line of dialogue in this game. So don't forget. I'm just thinking back to a bizarre phantasm. Just remember, you are the one who will open the door. Yeah, you just gotta... Sometimes it gets stuck, so you gotta kind of push it inwards a little bit before you actually pull it open. It's a thing. I know it's kind of stupid, but you just gotta have to live with that, buddy.
Whoa! Give me a break, Kyrie. Sorry, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
You know how light is like actually faster than sound?
Swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. Ow. Are you still dreaming? It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know.
It was all a dream. I used to read. I'm not gonna continue that because it's gonna get copyrighted and I'm gonna die. They're coming for me, bottom again.
Say, Kyrie, what was your hometown like? You know, where you grew up? I've told you before. I don't remember. Nothing at all? Nothing. You ever want to go back? Well, I'm happy here. Really?
Really?
I wouldn't mind going to see it. I'd like to see it too.
How lucky for me.
I want to see them all.
I'm gonna take a sip of
So what are we waiting for?
unspecified liquid as the lore unfolds.
Aren't you guys forgetting about me? So, I guess I'm the only one working on the raft.
Delicioso.
And you're just as lazy as he is.
So you know this. Okay.
Why does she giggle every single sentence she says in this game?
What? Are you kidding?
Like, I very recently noticed that she just giggles literally between every word. Every individual word. Just a little hee hee. It's like the voice actress just couldn't hold in the laughter. Delivering a line about her father dying and still being like... Kingdom Hearts final mix 3.5 over to the power of 7 Folie à Deux. Let's actually get the list of... yeah, let me just resort to violence right off the bat. I'm so used to the PS1, or yeah, the PS1, the NES version of this game where you have to press the X button to talk to people. 2 logs, 1 cloth, 1 rope. Oh, that's actually a very short list. Unfortunately, I cannot count that far. Oh, I only have XP 0. That's cheating for the try not to farm levels challenge. That literally removes the urge to do it. It's not a challenge if you just put on a leash. Cloth. Well, as is tradition around here, I am gonna give Riku a good old pounding. And I won't even acknowledge the double meaning of that sentence. Ow! You shouldn't do that to somebody you'd consider a friend. Another joke that ceases to work because this actually is a friendship between these characters. Come here, you boy. Why is his attack hitbox in my asshole? It just literally spawns there. Okay, I'm being a little too careful. Okay, okay. I'm playing like a toddler on ketamine right now. Which isn't that far off brand, but I just don't wish to be humiliated in this manner. He failed that jump. This is my opening. Okay, he didn't react to that whatsoever. It takes him about 3 to 5 business days to register that he's been actually hit over the head with a blunt object. Get bonked. Ow! That's not nice, bucko. Buddy, I'm gonna need you to knock that off or you're gonna get warned. And after 3 warnings, you're gonna get kicked. After that, you're gonna get timed out. And then you'll get permabanned. So you better not get on my bad sound, kid. You better stop posting gore porn in general right now. Stop mic spamming. This is your final warning, bucko. Before I'll give you the first warning out of 3. It would be a real shame if somebody were to go and fight Tidus right now. And stay in that fight gathering tech points for all eternity. Like, hypothetically speaking, wouldn't that be quite a shame?
Hey, Sora, you feel lucky today?
You asked for it. Actually, I'm on level ground right now, so my position in terms of height hasn't changed whatsoever. Why do you do this? What are you, a chinchilla on cannabis? There we go. Can I establish this loop? No, because he does the goddamn flip. It's very hard without a life dash. Like, the first stages of this are very slow. You do it slow so that you can do it faster in the future. It's kind of like Cookie Clicker. There we go. Oh, am I failing the challenge? Oh. It would be a real shame if I was actually serious about any of this. I'm gonna grind until I'm level 9 billion. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Yeah, you can stop watching. See if that deters me from doing it. Just try me, bucko. Don't mess with me, kid. This is your final warning before you get kicked. And you know what happens after you get kicked? That's right, you get timed out for 1 week. So you better not test me, buddy. I'll let you consult the ban list of other people I relentlessly terminated the membership of. Okay, we got a couple. We got a streak. I will do that every time you misbehave, bucko. Every time you go out of line. This is the only way they will learn. I am not an evil person, I'm actually, this is for their good. Not because I'm an egotistical moron. Some people only understand violence. That's why I beat up the McDonald's cashier for messing up my order once. Ow! He's too powerful. I cannot defeat the man the likes of him. So when do I get scan? That's the main reason I'm doing this. I just want scan before I leave. It's gonna give me a nice little foundation. Since I do want to 100% this game, and a part of 100% is to reach level 100 eventually. And by God, I will do it on screen. You're gonna have to watch me kill these enemies repeatedly. Over and over and over and over and over again. And once again, if you have a gripe about it, just see what stopping quitting watching me is gonna do. Ow, my head. I can do that too, see? Ow. He's just too powerful. I'm gonna Google how to defeat Kitos in Kingdom Hearts. You get bonked every time you do that from now on. It's a condition in this computer program that's operating on an established collection of lines of code. That was a very hard sentence to format. Mainly because I am on the spectrum. I don't actually know if I'm assuming I'm on the spectrum. But there's actually no direct proof of that. But I like self-diagnosing. I'm actually a PTSD survivor. I have pancreatic cancer. And a phantom pregnancy. Also lumpy penis syndrome. Isn't this entertainment right here? Now if you actually are going for level 100 here, you start doing these mental gymnastics of reasoning, like, oh, is there any faster way to train? No, it's literally just 2 at a time and later 4 at a time when you get the tech boost. After that tech boost, you get the next tech boost that's like level 70 something, and then you start googling like, which of the weapons should I pick to ensure I get the tech boost the fastest? And it's like the fastest option is still like level 68 or something. Then you quiet, stop playing. Games aren't meant to be fun. They're supposed to be a chore. You know how you do your chores and then you sit down to 2 more chores? That's the peak of interactive audiovisual entertainment. We should make an AI to do all the fun parts of a game so I can go back to doing these repetitive tasks. Without having to interrupt it with some actual story elements or fun boss battles. Because that's what being a human is all about. And if you disagree with me, you're lazy and entitled. Now go back to making me money, please. I warned you about getting bonked every time you do that. I can be abusive because it's fictional computer program. Now please don't have a shrink watch this video. It would be very humiliating to me. So I actually have a minor in psychology. I've taken like 2 courses. So yeah, you're a narcissist and a psychopath. Also a sadist. You're actually Ted Bundy. Sliding dash learned. That's the first bit of speed up. The first little tidbit that speeds up this process ever so slightly. Okay, now I mean business, buddy. You don't wanna mess with me. He's still gonna do the goddamn backflips, but it's still faster to do it this way. Funnily enough, this is the fastest way to farm levels in a hot minute in this game, which is why I'm insisting on getting scan here. I want scan. Literally anything else I don't care about. After I got scan, I'm gonna quit playing the game altogether. Never pick it up again in my entire life. That's the ultimate goal of every game, to get the HP scanning ability. Now isn't it like level 15 or something crazy? Like 15 is one of those numbers that are just way too big for the human brain to actually process. Like you cannot fathom such large numbers. Gameplay. This is what the medium of video games was invented for. I don't know, there's something therapeutic about repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over until you go insane. And just drown yourself in the tub of lanolin. But that's the gaming cycle. You pick up a game, you repeat a task, you drown yourself in lanolin, you revive yourself and then you repeat it. That's the essence of audiovisual entertainment anyway. The peak of what it means to be human altogether. It's kind of insane to think that this is actually the fastest way to farm levels in the entire game. Indeed. That wasn't even a bit, I genuinely just misspoke there. The unintended bits are funnier than the intended bits. Intended Bits is also the name of a Japanese company that keeps shooting people who play their games. Did you just dedicate some of your mental power to thinking of a Nintendo title? That's illegal. We're gonna kill you now. See, that, you can't get mad at that because they're well within their legal right to execute anyone who they want. They want to kill your dog, that's their prerogative. They have the legal right to do that because they paid a lot of money. Okay, he hadn't done a backflip in a hot minute. That was a very good streak right there. See, that's the engagement you get here. The very engaging gameplay. And I warned you I would. Every instance of me farming levels or looking for an item to synthesize, I will not cut out a minute of it. I will not do it off stream. You will witness each and every individual second of it. And if you're here for the VOD, you better not skip ahead. Put the video on 1x speed. I know you have that little browser add-on that makes it possible to go to like 4x speed. I still want to catch what he says, so let me go to 4x speed. No, you go to half speed. Right now. Half speed right now, you buffoon. Quarter speed, since you can't behave. You can go back to quarter speed when you're back to paying attention. You close that video game too. You're not gonna put this on the background. Each and every single bit of your attention. Don't even breathe. That's too much attention away from my stream. Okay, Okay, how many XP does it actually take for the next level up? Like, are we already at the point where it's like 9 billion to next level? It's just one level in the middle of it, like, level 4 takes 120 XP to reach, level 5 takes 5 billion XP to reach, level 6 takes 160 XP to reach. Ah, that's quite a conundrum. A little programming mistake, oops. I'm only human, after all. Is what I say after drunk driving. I'm gonna kill my dog. I got 20 chocolates in my pocket. That was supposed to be a bit. I was gonna repeat all throughout the stream. I'm gonna see if I feel compelled to do it. The dog killing bit is not going anywhere. You're gonna laugh every single time I bring it up. Is that a deal? Okay, deal. Let's shake on it. Okay. Okay, why is there such a long try streak? Is that one of those Schrodinger's things where if I now beat him and look at my stats, it's gonna be exactly 2 XP points away? 99% of Kingdom Hearts players stop level grinding just before leveling up. Also, the XP items added by Final Mix are extremely OP. Like, I hit level 100 before I even realized it. Granted, I did some grinding from time to time, but still, it took me some effort in my non-Final Mix playthroughs. And in Final Mix playthrough, I literally just reach it kind of autonomically while doing other stuff. Granted, some of that other stuff was gathering mithril shards, but still, to get a bunch of XP from the pod spiders is kind of a feat. And that was mainly because I put on the XP accessories, and no, I wasn't foolish, I didn't put them on myself, that would be dumb. I put them on Goofy. Goofy's my personal little accessory boy. Tick, 2 points. Tick, 2 points. Tick, 2 points. Gaming mode activated. Now I need business. What level do you get, Scat? See, it's already happening. I'm starting to bargain with the game now. I'm not gonna Google jack shit. I'm gonna play this entire game blind. In fact... Oh. I already got disoriented. Get bonked. Even though that was my fault, you still get bonked because I'm a projector. I'm well aware that my high-pitched screeches make the microphone peak. But it's somehow your fault, not mine. Their words, not mine. King, I swear words and not lines. The concurrent viewers went 1, then 0. Somebody clicked on the stream and went, oh, no, I'm not watching. Nope. No, it's a white guy. No, absolutely not. Ah, my back. My back. It's not actually my back, it's just that I was sitting in an uncomfortable position. I don't actually have a back. That's a little known fact around these streets. Okay, I didn't mean to hit you, but it just happened. The reach took over. And now you suffer for it. Because I'm not gonna take responsibility for anything. Okay. Hey, I was scratching my head too. That's awesome, bro. That's an awesome reference. Not many people are gonna get that. Level 8, 94 till next level. That's 47 until next level. And I'm gonna keep going. You're not gonna see an end to this at any time. At any point in time. This is what you signed up for. I don't care if you're watching this in post or if you're clicking away. I'm the anti-YouTuber. I'm hardcore. I don't want to follow that I don't follow conventions like that. I'm actually cool. Like I'm an asshole, and that actually makes me cool. I swear it's gonna get more interesting when I actually reach the level I'm satisfied with. Which hasn't been established yet. You're gonna be here for a hot minute. Screw you, I do what I want. Finally got this thing. You stupid. You're so There's just something so funny about like taking protection to a crazy level where it's like the other person never said anything, but you just put the word in their mouth. I think South Park has done numerous bits about that. But it's a pretty common bit outside of South Park actually invented comedy. That's like a little known fact around T Street. You like if you make a joke or anything that can be considered funny, you're actually plagiarizing South Park by very nature. You are gonna get banned from BronyCon. So like you better think things through before you jump the gun that aggressively. Take 2 points. It's kind of funny how the NPCs don't really mind that this guy's just like sliding at this other guy. Are you fuckers gonna actually fight at any point? Let the battle commence. People see the try not to level grind challenge and they're like, oh, so this guy's not gonna stop his playthrough to level grind forever. Oh, he's literally level grinding. So I join. God damn it. Hey, I learned scan. Now I can leave. Ow! That's not nice. I'm gonna tell my mom. Sip of victory. Here. Wasn't in frame when I did my first glass race. Okay, level 9. Is that like consistent or does it like require for you to be like do you like need to be a Sagittarius to specifically get it on level 9? No, I wholeheartedly believe that I have everything I need. If I don't, it's your fault for not calling me out in time. See, you need to hold me accountable. And when you do, I will snap and take it as a personal attack. You can actually miss out on that high potion if you ask for help too many times. A little known fact around these streets.
So, Kyrie's home is out there somewhere, right?
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who knows? If we have to, we'll think of something else.
Walking.
Suppose you get to another world.
There's a goddamn giggle, I guess.
Well, I haven't really thought about it. It's just
I think I'm gonna call it this. Goodbye, guys.
on this island.
The goddamn headphone is pressing on my ear in an uncomfortable manner. And it's once again your fault, god damn you.
And suppose there are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much bigger.
Isn't it crazy, like, isn't it crazy how we're like on a rock in the middle of nowhere, bro? Bro, that's like insane, bro. Like we're not gonna be born in any other rock. But it was specifically this rock that we were born on. Like that's, and it's like round, and we're not falling off. That's crazy to think about, bro.
Thinking a lot lately, haven't you?
Thanks to you.
No, isn't
If you
that
hadn't
deep?
come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this.
I probably wouldn't have thought a single thought in my head.
You're welcome.
This dialogue specifically, I don't have a gripe with, but some Kingdom Hearts dialogue is actually like
You wanted one, didn't you?
just questionable, strange, Weird, if you
Two
will.
people share one. Their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what. Come on, I know you want to try it.
What are you talking?
I like to run on a treadmill. That's actually what it looks like. He's like... Those steps look like they would take him way further than they're actually taking him. And then there's this asshole. I don't know if this is copyrighted actually. Well, if I get claimed, I'm gonna fight it. Physically. You think a billionaire in a business suit is gonna be able to take me on? He's too fat to even stand up on his own two legs. There's a dog in this game. You know what that means. I loved this game out when the PlayStation was still making games. The transition periods of consoles are very interesting. How it's like, it's this weird limbo state where the first game of a new console often looks worse than the last game of the last console. Except nowadays when they're cranking out consoles way more often and there's really not any more steps they can take in terms of graphics. But yeah, you can definitely see like their fingers are like cubical. Like there's still some of those remnants of those low poly designs. Now this cutscene is actually funny. That's a little known fact around these streets. I mean, Final Fantasy VIII actually looked very good for its time. Like when you compare it to Final Fantasy VII, it's a 9-day difference. Now I haven't actually seen 9, so that I cannot say anything about. That's like a mental void. Didn't the main character have a tail? Like, wasn't he a furry or something? I think I have some faint memories of like the overall aesthetic of it. Spyro from 1998. I actually just played Spyro on this channel. That was quite frank. Spyro, no data on YouTube. It's kinda dumb. I think I'm back. I quite frankly think I'm back. Yeah, Spyro, they did a lot with the resources they were handed. Like, they were absolute geniuses in terms of optimization. And cue the laughter. Restricted character combination. I'm sorry, I forgot the P word could be triggering to some younger viewers. Just try to get around this one, bucko. Duty! See, look at me outsmarting the system. You actually can't say the word kill, you have to use unalive. That's like a rule. That's in the Constitution, actually.
And if you win, I get to share the top with Kyrie.
But yeah, Spyro,
Deal?
they, for example, they got around using fog to obscure faraway objects by rendering the objects as lower poly models.
Okay, on my count.
And I don't think they were the first to do it, but they were among the first to do it. I just realized that the right stick is not the way I like it to be. See, I prefer for it to be inverted, not the way it is. That's gonna make using the camera hard for me. So any mistakes I do make are the faults of the controls, not mine. There's no such thing as me being at fault for anything. Okay, I'll maybe just play like a disabled monkey real quick. It would be more fair if the landscaping was more consistent. So again, not my fault. I'm gonna read your message in a hot minute. I just need to lose this race real quick. I got really into the Conquer the Squirrel character on the N64, but I don't like they made a second game in the series into an adult game, which was missed opportunity for a kids game. Wait, so it wasn't originally an adult's game? I always thought it just was that from the start. Or is it in configuration? X-axis inverted. Now that's much better. This I like. It wasn't actually the fault of the camera I lost there, just for the record. I lost because stupid. This thing is damn near impossible to climb without a keyblade swing. Or it's not a keyblade, but it's pretty close. It's got the essence of a keyblade. I've never actually played the squirrel game. I've just heard about it, like it had the poop monster. And that's like the only thing I've seen in it. And they use the S word. The evil synonym for poop. The first Conquer game was on the Game Boy Color. Came out as a kid's game from the start, which was strange. Oh, so it wasn't even a 3D platformer initially. Okay, that explains why. I didn't know it was an IP before the 3D game. I have the seagull egg. I need 2 green coconuts. Can this be manipulated, or am I at the mercy of RNG? But I haven't seen the GBZ version of that game, as one might be able to guess on my complete lack of context on the matter. Give me a coconut, you greedy stupid. Do I have a coconut? I actually do. I had a faint memory of collecting one, but I have early onset Alzheimer's and also stupid syndrome, so it kinda takes me 3 to 5 business days to register information I just gathered. Okay, this tree has stopped shedding altogether. Okay, it would help if I would actually hit the tree. Look at him swinging his sword aimlessly. There's not a thought going on in that head. I might have to check out the GBZ game just to see how it actually works. Because I don't think besides the Mario Land duology, there were any good platformers for the GBZ. There was the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, but that's kind of a violation of human rights. There used to be a cat game on the Super Nintendo called Bubsy, but when he transitioned to 3D on the PS1 it damaged his friends and got killed off with no hope until they made a remastered SNES game. I've also heard of Bubsy, I believe, but I don't think I've actually seen any footage. Or especially the SNES game. I just kinda assumed that every 3D game started off as a 3D game. Kinda like Spyro and Crash, which were specifically created to get more kid-friendly games onto the PlayStation 1. A sip of unspecified liquid for that remark. I I've definitely heard the name Bubsy though. Though this cutscene is very scary. Make sure to hide your young ones, they cannot stomach this.
Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This is how I talk to children
This
too.
world has been
Just go to the playground and I'm like,
Well, what are you
it's
talking
nothing
about?
but pure darkness. A void will
tired
consume us
of the
all.
darkness,
And then just leave.
soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
The delivery of that where did you come from doesn't make any sense.
Lies beyond the door.
The intonation just doesn't match
So
the
you're from another
context, let's put it like that.
There is so very much to
The SNES Bubsy the Cat games has two very good 2D platformers, but the third one on PS1 was one of the worst platformers ever made. They
I'm gonna get out and find
PS1
what's
3D
out there.
platformers in general,
meaningless effort. One
it
who knows
apparently was a very
cannot
tough
stand.
medium to figure out because there were games like Croc that are also absolute crimes against humanity in terms of playability. That too I have played on the channel and I complained the entire time. It's really music to your ears to just listen to a stupid white boy complain and cry himself to sleep. But yeah, 3D platformers in the early stages. Let's just say that the Spyro the Dragons of the world are kind of few and far in between in that medium. Potentially a part of the reason why it's not really that popular a medium today. It's like, now it's just open world RPGs and things of that nature. So I need fish. I have the seagull egg already. I have cocoa nuts. Do I have all the mushrooms? Two mushrooms? I haven't even been alive that long. So isn't there a third one I need? Where would that even be? We're playing the demo of 40 Wings on PS1, which tried to make a kids horror game, but it not sit right for a younger audience and got forgotten. Kids horror in general is like... It's like... Kids entertainment tends to work for adult audiences too. Because if it's well written. But I don't think kids horror can be made for both kids and adults. So it's either the least scary thing in the world or something that completely freaks a kid out. And the thing about kids freaking out is the fact that kids are afraid of the weirder stuff, like... I heard some people say they were scared of the SpongeBob SquarePants ending theme. Then there's the THX logo. And things of that nature, so... It's like... Kids don't really seek out horror like that. Unless it's in like a super controlled environment, like they... Like, they might read the plot synopsis of a horror movie because they're interested in it generally. They have like a morbid curiosity. But I just don't think kids horror really works.
Just the two of us.
Like, yeah, horror can be kid-friendly, I suppose. Like, very implicit in its dark themes in the sense that a kid could watch it if they wanted to.
You know,
But even something like Five Nights at Freddy's, which is called a kids horror game, like that didn't start out as intended to be that.
see,
And even adults did find that thing scary.
right?
In fact, a lot of kids,
That's good. So
didn't actually play it.
never change.
I played the rock bottom level battle and the robot that used to help made me scared as a kid.
Wait,
It's always the random things like that. I was scared of Spike from Spyro 3, the second boss with the gun. I also was somewhat scared of Buzz, but Buzz was so easy to beat that like I got over it pretty quickly, but Spike, I actually couldn't beat him as a kid. I made my elder siblings beat it for me. And that added with its design and the scary music in the background and all that. But yeah, there were also some studio logos that made me actually leave the room. Another weird thing that scared me was if somebody would open a manhole cover, like I would just develop an irrational fear and run away. When I was like 5 years old, yesterday, run away from trees to I see a tree and just scream at the top of my lungs. Also, I didn't read any of that letter. It would have been funny if I would have done like a Mickey Mouse impression, but Disney would have captured me and tortured me for
We'll just have to trust the king.
breaking their copyright. Spyro 3, the third boss that was flying, made me want to exit the level so many times until I was brave enough to fight him. That one I didn't even see until I was like 9 years old for the first time, so by that time I had already gotten over all the stupid things to be afraid of, let's put it like that.
Of course. You be careful now.
Like at age 10 I was afraid of creepypastas.
And to chronicle your travels, he will accompany you.
Which were intended to be scary, so it's kinda like a given. Now that I'm older, I kinda see the stupidity of those.
We hope for your safe return. Please, help the king.
This is another funny cutscene, by the way. You blink and you miss it. Little known fact around these streets. I actually had one person complain about the abundance of cutscenes in these games. It was somebody who bought Kingdom Hearts 3 for their first Kingdom Hearts game ever, and then they just complain about not getting any of it. That granted, it's also partially the game's fault for being so convoluted that you gotta like... You gotta buy the Kingdom Hearts themed VHS from 1776 to understand the plot of Kingdom Hearts 2 properly. You also gotta meet the director in person and ask them about the lore to understand it. But yeah, I was never afraid of Scourge. Also, Scourge I found way easier than Spike, so that also kind of contributed to it. I probably would have been scared of Gold had I played Spyro 2 as a kid, but that I played way later in life. And I gotta say, it holds up. It's not just nostalgia, the games are actually good. It's all nostalgia. In Ape Escape I started to lose interest in playing the game after the monkey got guns, which made me want to hurry up and catch them. I haven't even played Ape Escape, so that I don't know anything about. Was it like losing interest during a singular game, or was it like a series change? Like in part 1 he didn't have guns, but then in part 2 he did. That I need additional context for. I mean, that's basically what happened to the Jack games. Like, Jack 1 was a very regular collectathon, but then when it basically flopped, they gave him guns and made it basically just GTA, but for kids. Except GTA was played by kids already, so it's kinda redundant. But I mean, the rebrand worked for them, so who am I to mock?
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
Kyrie's actually in the room. That's how you're hearing the voice. It's like a little known fact about these streets.
Oh no, the raft!
In the beginning, monkeys are happy and running away from you, but the harder levels have them be more aggressive and want to shoot at you more. Oh, so it's like a tonal change in the game, part of the difficulty curve.
What's that?
Oh, so it's like... Okay, I'm getting a little bit more about the context. Okay, so the gameplay change made you lose interest. Do I have any instances of that happening? Not really in terms of games, just in terms of stories when the plot takes some weird turn that I don't like.
Where's Kyrie? I thought she was with you.
The door is open.
What?
Like something that has an interesting premise, but then as you find out about the premise more, it just completely falls on its face.
Kyrie.
Kyrie's coming with us. Once we step through, we might not be able to come back. We may never see our
He's
chance
so
again.
dark and brooding. Like, I wanna be him when I grow up.
But this may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us. I'm not afraid of the darkness.
Riku.
Did you know that Sora's keyblade is actually modeled after a key? That's why it has those weird notches at the tip of it. That's a little known fact around these streets. That's also why it's called a key blade. Despite not being a blade at all, it's kind of a blunt metal pipe. Well, some of them are kind of sharp, I guess. Like the ultimate weapon, that would actually hurt if somebody hit you over the head with something that looked like that. Potentially even lethal. I'm starting to think it's called the Keyblade, guys. It's one of those blink and you miss it details. Okay, come here, I'm gonna punch you with the puncher. I played Donkey Kong 64 until I scammered the music became scary and Spike from the ceiling drop, so that made me too scared to play again. That I didn't play as a kid. I tried to play it as an adult and I relatively enjoyed it. Then I got to one of the slide races and I just got so pissed off at it that I dropped the game entirely. It's like I don't like slides in general, but especially slide races, where you have to like figure out the entire mechanic of the thing and stuff of that nature. I mean, I can stomach mini games that deviate from the main game experience. I mean, Spyro 3 is one of my favorite platformers of all time, and that game does it all the time. And it most definitely has some annoying mini games in it. But it's just something about slides that's really a pet peeve of mine. But I might pick it up again at some point. Because it's kind of a cult game, you could say. Donkey Kong 64, that is not the Donkey Kong IP as a whole. It's like, wait a minute, Donkey Kong 64 is a Nintendo game. I'm gonna get like blown up. My entire town is gonna just completely get lifted off the face of the earth. Because I thought of a Nintendo IP once. That's not actually how it works, but I like to believe it does. Do I save before I face Darkside? No, bring it on, you large-headed freak. I'm gonna kill all the enemies on the way though. Oh, am I level grinding again? Gosh darn it, I failed the challenge, guys. Now bring it on, you heathen, you feed wine. You're gonna punch you in the puncher. I just love 50s cartoons, the whole aesthetic of them. Especially their voice acting, how it's like the guy shoved the microphone in his mouth and just goes, "Oh boy, what a dame!" I thought the Jack games had a game that started out as happy cheerful and then changed more cheery shooting with the second and third game, which I did not like. Yeah, that was a part of their rebranding. The first one flopped. They just wanted to turn it into GTA because kids like GTA.
Kyrie.
Now this is actually a detail a lot of people miss, but when Kyrie hits Sora there and then disappears, she actually flew for a little bit. And this is because she's related to Superman. Bravo, Vince. Okay, now to fight Darkseid. Oh, it's this asshole again. Gotta deal with this guy. Ow. You actually get bonus points for collecting these. That's a little known fact. I'm not gonna say the sentence again. Okay, well I'm really playing like a toddler right now. I have my 3 potions that I wanted to be sure of. Come on, bring it on. I'm purposely hitting his head because I want the tech points. I'm well aware that he takes damage from his hand too. That's actually like a detail a lot of people miss. That you can actually damage the boss. My dad actually prefers Jack 1 to the sequels too. I forgot about this attack altogether. Let's just finish him off. He's so low anyway. Oh, sorry for knocking the microphone. That was entirely intended. It's a part of the narrative I'm building. Let me move it. Not quite in frame, preferably. Tar. Now I just need a little bit of feathers to swallow to fully complete the transformation sequence. That's actually a reference to how the world disappeared and such. It's like you wouldn't get it because it's very deep. Remember, used somewhat like the darker reimagining of Spyro. She looks at him on the PS2 version. She's an altered interpretation of Spyro. I just flat out hated that, but then again, I pretty much dislike all post-trilogy games. Heroes Tale I can entertain. It's not on the level of the original trilogy, but I like it enough. But like Legend of Spyro to me just... Well, like if anyone likes it, I don't mind, but I myself don't want to play it at all. Like I want to do anything but play it. I also just don't like the games in terms of playability. Like even if it wasn't Spyro, it was some other IP that they came up with for the game, I still just wouldn't enjoy it.
This isn't a dream.
Is that a dog? Key playtime?
Where am I? Oh boy. Do you know where we are? Hey!
I love the... Why does it control like this? I love the video game trope of a passage being blocked off by a character instead of some item. It's like... You could just grab him by the ankles and he would not be on top of that ledge anymore. It's hard to tell if Legend of Spyro is supposed to be a negative universe of the original or if it's trying to be a separate franchise with no ties to regular Spyro. I think it was an attempt at a rebrand because it's like maybe like after Enter the Dragonfly flopped and I don't know, maybe Heroes Tale flopped. I'm not sure about how that game did. But they probably just assumed that people want a new, edgier Spyro. My take on milking a franchise anyway is the fact that just come up with something new. Like how about instead of Simpsons season 48, Homer Takes Manhattan, we get like a whole new show. And that's just one example, but it extends to a lot of things. It's like if your story has already delivered its narrative, I'd almost have like 10 different stories on the same thing than one IP trying to tell 10 different stories. Or I don't know if that sentence made sense, but like the same narrative told with different characters than different characters telling different or the same characters telling the different narratives. That was somewhat more coherent. I actually formed a sentence. I just like the implication that all the Heartless are made up of people, so it just implies that like 9 billion people died. Especially if you level grind, you kill like thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of these guys, so that's a whole lot of people who just arbitrarily lost, not just died, but like died in a very specific way. But yeah, my take on Legend of Spyro is that it was an attempt at a rebrand specifically, because they desperately wanted to milk the same franchise. And it's like, Insomniac specifically wanted to drop it because they're like, yeah, we don't have anything left to say with this IP. But then Universal was like, oh no, my money cow? Absolutely not. I think people like about Legend of Fire compared to Archer's improved storyline that was a lot more deep, but the critical word was the gameplay because it's not platforming. I mean, even as a beat 'em up, it has some questionable choices to me. Oh, I scrolled down to the... You can tell I'm a PS2 player at heart because I scrolled down to the final command selection to try to open a chest. Yeah, I'm just overall kind of a purist in the sense that I think every art piece needs some reason to exist, and if the reason is only that, oh, we want to milk this for more money, it's like, I just don't tend to like it by nature. Now, if anyone likes Legend of Spyro, that's their business. Like, again, I'm not trying to make it some objective stance like, if you like that, you're evil. I'm gonna expose you on BuzzFeed. Yeah, you're gonna be no more. Gonna be blackballed from the industry altogether. But it's just like most definitely not my thing. Kinda like Enter the Dragonfly. Also Reignited, like, I like Reignited mainly because it doesn't even change that much in terms of the overall game experience. But if it's like, if I had to choose one, I would select the OG trilogy over Reignited. Like, I'm cool with them coexisting, I just don't consider it a replacement. Which I don't think a remake should be a replacement anyway, like I would prefer for a remake to be a retelling, or like a new narrative, or a new interpretation. Kinda like how the Final Fantasy VII remake is kind of a new interpretation of the same story. And that I can get behind. I think there was no Legend of Spyro 4 or 5 because it's so popular as the original series and died before it could be a longer series. Yeah, it tends to be that if there's not enough fanfare around a franchise, it just gets dropped. Breaking Bad was actually prepared to be ended at season 4 because, like, it wasn't guaranteed that it would get a season 5. So that's why they kind of tried to write Face Off as a series finale somewhat. But that would have been a massive cliffhanger had the series ended there. And it's just one of those examples where it's like, I mean, money talks and so. But I'm just recommending, like, if you like making art, even if it's your profession, try not to be a slave to it. Like, try to follow the one for me, one for them mentality or something like that. Also, I think it was like kill 3 Heartless and that's when you unlock Leon, so I just gotta go to the accessory shop to make progress. Another way is to like follow through the entire Donald Duck cutscene. Like if you go through this entire cycle, you also unlock Leon without killing any Heartless. But the faster way is to just kill Heartless. And now we exit.
They'll come at you out of nowhere,
Who are you?
and they'll keep on coming at you. as
Well,
long
that's
as
not
you're
an answer.
here.
I like to speak very vaguely to people I just met.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Never mind.
Again, I go to the playgrounds all the time, wearing a black hoodie going, "This world
no
will
way
be
you did
consumed
this."
by the void. Nobody you love will remember
Have it
you."
your way.
And then just walk away. Once again, I'm like loud. Is he gonna do the fireball? You missed, fool! You cannot be. Ow! You shouldn't do that to somebody you love, somebody you consider a friend. Okay.
No way.
Free XP. I think Crash Bandicoot and Ratchet and Clank were still more consistent compared to Spyro and are still coming back once in a while. Is Ratchet and Clank still owned by Insomniac is what I wonder.
Slipping, Leon.
Crash Bandicoot was dropped by Naughty Dog, that I know. But currently it's managed by Toys for Bob,
I went
which
easy on him.
Toys for Bob at least cares about the franchise to some extent.
Thought a lot worse.
And I mean, devs tend to care about the games they're making anyway, just that the industry standards and like the owners of the IPs tend to like whip them. That's basically what happened with Enter the Dragonfly. Universal was like, "I want the game yesterday! Come on, finish it!" And then they were just forced to drop that buggy mess on the PS2. Even though the new devs were basically like, they wanted to make it a good game, but they were very inexperienced and quite frankly just didn't have a good dynamic. Also, this cutscene is left unvoiced. Was this voiced in the Japanese version, what I wonder? Because I'm guessing it's not voiced because the actors grew up too much or something. Or it would be too jarring to redub it now. But yeah, Final Mix used to be a Japanese exclusive PS2 game. Then it was dropped on the PS3 as the 1.5 remix. And then it was milked, re-dropped on every console to ever exist.
Excuse me, did the king send you?
I don't know if the Kingdom Hearts interpretation fits Aerith's, or Aerith's I suppose, Aerith's personality. Like, I think her little mischievous nature isn't really explored that well in these games. That's not lore accurate, ban this game?
Guess.
Spyro Heroes Tale was an improvement, but didn't make a 6 game or the hard game. Damage
But
is.
it's your heart they really want. Because you wield the key.
Yeah, I assumed it was something like that. Heroes Tale is pretty good. Like, outside of Reignited, it's the best post-trilogy game. If you count Reignited as a post-trilogy game, then that's the best post-trilogy game. But again, Heroes Tale is good in its own right. It's not a replacement,
The Keyblade.
but enjoyable for what it is anyway.
We had to get it away from you to shake off those
Kind of
creatures.
rambling now.
It turns out that's how they were tracking you.
It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't work for long. Still, hard to believe that you, of all people, are the chosen one.
They need to come up with that technology for phones, am I right, guys?
Why don't you start making sense? What's going on here?
Okay. You know there are many other worlds out there, besides your castle in this town, right?
Also, I like Red as a Spyro villain. Like, if they do make a Spyro for
Never been connected.
Tay as in Toys for Bob, which they want because
When the
not
heart is
profitable
clear,
enough. But if there is a Spyro for,
The Heartless?
I hope they come up with something similar to Red as the villain instead of just rehashing Ripto like every single
Those were
other
hearts.
Spyro sequel
The
did.
darkness in people's
There were the
hearts.
GBA games, each and every one of them featuring
Mirrors
Ripto.
darkness.
Spyro Fusion featured Ripto, Enter the Dragonfly was Ripto. And it's like,
Heard of someone named Ansem?
they basically just tried to make Ripto the Neo Cortex of
he was studying
the
the heartless.
the Bowser of the Spyro universe. The reason why Heroes Tale was good is because they made that also to Crash Bash to work on it. After that, they lost hope with Enter the Dragonfly. Okay, so people with actual experience made it, which I presumed anyway.
Too many worlds.
I almost remember the logo, but I don't remember the name of the I don't remember the name of the
Yes.
firm that made it
Those were
anymore.
my thoughts exactly.
We've got to find him quick.
But
That's right.
best post trilogy Spyro game. Might even stream it at some point.
This is the key.
Exactly.
I can milk some funny
Regardless of
content
great
out of
feat
playing
of
that.
Keyblade.
It also has some interesting speedrun glitches, as well as a return of the Swimminator. It's not a Spyro game unless it has a Swimminator.
The Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you.
So, tough luck.
How did all this
But I
happen?
definitely like the
remember being
wall
little.
scaling glitch where you're like double jump, you dash, and then you double jump, dash, and double jump, and dash.
My home, my island. Riku.
Eurocom, okay, that brought it back at once.
I really don't know.
It wasn't quite on the tip of my tongue, but it was definitely one of those. Once you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I totally knew that. Keyblade supposedly yada yada yada. Okay, open. Let's save, just in case. Because this port of this game is still very prone to crashing. You see, the Steam release of Kingdom Hearts is held together by duct tape and lanolin. I need to come up with some funny... I'm so used to in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you would be given a choice. It was always the second option that was the yes option, and the first one was no. And in Kingdom Hearts 1, that was the opposite, so... My brain is warped. And there's no hope. Run! Run while you can! Don't bother with the small fry, find the leader. Now, does that translate to grind for levels for all you can? Sign me up. Ow. That's not nice. Okay, I'm actually taking a pummeling here. A part of me knew that would happen. So do I spawn right into battle? Back here? If I had known that, I would have loaded game. Okay, well, time for you to... I'm sorry I have to do this to you twice, buddy. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them with glee. Okay, I'm getting a lot of tech points here.
No way. I can lose.
I was surprised that the Crash games that were coming out during the Legend of Spyro games had better reception, even if they were not made by Naughty Dog, but Traveler's Tale and Radical Entertainment. I think I played Mind Over a Mutant, which I found decent enough. It was a pretty fun game for what it was. I didn't beat it.
Come on.
Like, and it was nowhere near the spirit of the original games, but pretty fun for what it was, I suppose. I don't need to save again, I already did. The Keyblade supposedly you're bound to run across treasure chests and other locks. Try it out. Yeah, I need to receive permission to actually use this thing. Canonically you don't hold the knowledge, so like, doesn't make sense for Sora to know that. That's like a to be continued right there. Okay, and this time if that happens, I will hit load game. I enjoyed Crash of the Titans more than Twin Sanity. I've seen videos of Twin Sanity, but I haven't played that at all. Wasn't that like more open to, like it wasn't level based anymore? How's Crash 4, the new game? If you've played that one. I've heard people say that it's like the hardest thing in the universe. But is it like a game, or is that just another pile of duct tape? Okay, you are about to get pummeled. Why, yada. Okay, I just gotta incorporate the jumping thing, where I just don't stay still for longer than 2 milliseconds and they actually just cannot touch me at all. That's the proud mode strategy, possibly even level 1 strategy, but that I haven't played level 1. Because the PS2 version doesn't have XP0 and I actually acquired this remake, or remaster rather, quite recently. So XP0 I haven't had. Ow. Okay, these are really doing a number on me. Recently wanted to be more like Jack and Dexter, but then tried to be closer and older to crush by controlling enemies. Did you write them like in Mind Over Mutant, or like did you actually just play as the enemies? Or is that like a... It could also just be a case of like PAL versus NTSC where it tends to happen where PAL version of a game has a different name than a... Because I believe they were actually referred to as Titans in the Mind Over Mutant game. Should I go straight to 3rd district? I'ma go to 1st district just so I can save the game. Kill everything on the way for some extra XP. It's more like linear, while Mutants is more mission-based exploration, which were developed by Radical Entertainment alongside Tag Team Racing. Okay, so they are different games, just had to make sure. Because, for example, there's the Ripto's Rage Gateway to Glimmer thing with Spyro. There were also some other... I can almost think of another example of a different name. Final Fantasies. 1, 2, 3 were 1, 4 and 6 originally, but because they didn't release 2 and 3 originally in the West, they just decided to call 4, 3, or 2, I mean. And then they omitted 5 and released 6 as 3. And I can believe Western audiences were probably confused when 7 suddenly dropped for the PS1. What happened to 4, 5 and 6? Why is this called 7? Yeah, it's actually like a time jump in the series, so that's why it's called 7. Apparently that's also happened with some movies. Where some movies have very different names. And they're labeled, or they're numbered in a different order in other countries. And that's also apparently thrown off some people. I can't think of any examples, but just trust me, bro. This is actually true, I did not make this up, I swear. Final Fantasy 7 and 8 tried to be more like modern game while Trial 9 started to feel like the Super Nintendo games. 9 I haven't even tried. 7 I've beaten, 8 I've gotten started on and then not finished. Didn't 8 make magic consumable? In other words, something you never use because I'm a hoarder. And 9 was the guy with the tail, the furry game. 10 was also pretty linear to my knowledge, just based on what I've seen about it. 11 was the difficult game, I believe. 12 was the online game. 13 I've only heard bad about. 14 was online. And 15 was the open world game. 16 I know absolutely nothing about. It's actually some promising attention to detail how they don't use Sora's name when they heal him. They just say, "Don't give up." And that "don't give up" line is very rarely used after it, but you actually do hear it from time to time. Oh no, a big man! I'm scared. Final Fantasy VI is the rated M game in the franchise that tried to be similar to God of War. Oh, so it's like a whole new thing again. Or was 11 the online game actually? And 12 was the PS2 game? No, I don't remember which was which. I, quite frankly, don't like how some of these just stop doing damage arbitrarily, like they just don't... I just try to heal with Cure, even though I don't have it. Okay, he got his hands back, attached to his body. Ow, that's... You shouldn't do that to somebody you would consider a friend, buddy. Have you ever not to learn about human relations? Okay, I hit the damage cap. 3 trial on damaging the boss battle. Oh, no data. No, there's nothing I can do on my end. Okay, excellent connection again. I'm just gonna assume you're not lying about that. Sorry, my internet is throwing a tantrum. That's not my fault. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough data to maintain smooth streaming. As such, view... I still like A Hero's Tale more than the original Spyro because the first game has no NPC and minigames. It took me a long time to warm up to
So, you were looking for me?
Spyro 1, but I like it for what it is now. I really like the gameplay feel of it. But I can understand that take. The NPCs make it feel more alive. And Spyro 1 definitely has some of that early platformer uncanniness that Super Mario 64 suffers from.
Sora, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends.
According to YouTube, the stream is a bumpy ride at the moment. You cannot watch this, you cannot watch this. Yeah, Sora, bottle everything up.
Like us.
Happy?
Sora, I don't wanna hear it. If you're bummed out, that's not my business. Now bottle that shit up and entertain me. Hey, it's my thumbnail. I knew it would come up during the course of this stream, which is why I added in my thumbnail.
Go with you guys.
I tried to keep my thumbnails somewhat coherent. I say, but then my last thumbnail about the Minecraft stream didn't fit the game or the video at all. It was just my Minecraft skin, standing on grass, nothing else.
That little squirt took down that Heartless. Who'd have thought it? Such is the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not observed.
I hope my internet doesn't throw another. Here still made a good decision of making the Professor nephew a playable character because he was never controllable in Spiky-haired the Dragon. I don't think he had a nephew in the first 3 games. Yeah, Blink was invented for Hero's Tale.
The Keyblade has chosen.
Yeah, Agent 9 was in Spyro 3. He may have been mentioned, who knows. But I'm fairly certain Link was invented for Hero's Tale.
Either way, he could be quite useful.
Also, the humor in Hero's Tale is definitely very tongue-in-cheek, like it's very self-aware about being a game. Like with the whole collectible joke. Power Stars? I'm not gonna voice Donald. I might. The what? Wait till you see it. Yeah. I can somewhat do a Goofy to some extent. My strongest impression is definitely Mickey out of the main Disney trio. And I suppose I could look up a tutorial about doing a Donald voice, but that would be work. And I don't work. I wanna play epic video games all day. It's weird that Delor was only playable in Crash PvP game as a guest, but never playable in Spyro games. I actually prefer like playable characters being kept to a minimum in platformers. I think they got it right in 3, where it's only individual little missions as other characters. But then again, it could have been interesting to have like more levels resemble Enchanted Towers where you could play as Sergeant Bird almost at Agent 9. Because that would have recontextualized the levels, but I think because they were in a time crunch, they just didn't want to go through the level design hassle of making every single level take the other character into account. But it kind of would have been cool to have like a level that's like got some high ledges, and you can glide from ledge to ledge as Spyro, but you can't quite make it up all of them. But then you gotta switch to Sheila to get to the upper ones. Like that would have been an interesting dynamic. I'd have something similar for all of them, like you gotta shoot down some balloons as Agent 9 in a level. Oh, the Trinity tutorial. I keep forgetting that literally any Trinity can trigger this. This is actually used to skip to Leon early in the sewers. Like you can just get to the sewers right now if you would have. I already messed it up because I lost the tutorial, but I could have done that. I just didn't want to. You're stupid, not me. Let's get some of the postcards now that we're here. Some of the ones we can collect. One of them is the Blue Trinity here. You can also get it with Glide later. But I just can't wait that long. Also, one of them is in here. One of them is in Geppetto's house. You need to go there after you beat Monstro. Or I put emphasis on after. I think the only returning character that came back in Legend of Spyro was Hunter, but this is one that didn't make him playable. Yeah, Hero's Tale did. It's honestly kind of interesting because no, he didn't have a bow in the original trilogy, I don't think. Like that bow was, he had it in Reignited and Hero's Tale. And even in Reignited it was like flavor text, he never actually used it for anything. But I mean, I suppose it makes sense because the guy's name is Hunter. Then again, that's also just a regular name. So it would kind of delve into punny territory almost. Isn't that a postcard in that chest? Probably not. One of them is in the Gizmo shop, but you cannot get it without Thunder. Or was that actually 2 of them? In one. Okay, it was just a Mega Potion. I forgot about this missable flavor text about the Dalmatians. This is the puppy's home. When their world disappeared, they were torn away from their family and scattered to other worlds. I bet the little guys are terrified. They must be. Sora, I'm counting on you. I'm not gonna get off of my ass to do anything. And it's gonna give me the exact same information. Yup. Okay, I don't think there's anything left. There may or may not be a postcard in the hotel. I just don't care enough. Let's go and mail these, just see if I can get some good loot for early game standards. I think in Gateway the Glimmer used to boost the bow you do on a... Oh yeah, that rock mission. Totally forgot about that, so he did have the bow. It just wasn't like a part of his regular outfit or anything, it was kind of situational that they then made a regular feature in Hero's Tale, or starting with Hero's Tale. Oh, look at me, I'm rich. On my normal playthroughs, I'm way more over-leveled at this point. So this is kind of a charming experience to me. I'm like playing this on mega hard mode. Sure, let's equip Brave Warrior. I'm also used to having way more money at this stage. I'll farm later. I'll find a way to make this playthrough very tedious to watch, especially in post. Observe the battle LV when selecting destinations. I'ma do this so I won't be so underleveled when going up against Cerberus. Because that would be foolish. The neighborhood pitbull out for a brawl again. This time a little mutated, he has 3 heads. I learned it very late that you could actually make it like shoot by holding down the button in Kingdom Hearts 2 if you just change the option. Like I thought you had to mash. I actually broke a controller mashing for those gummy missions at one point when I was trying to like get S rank on them. Only to then realize that you could just change it in the options to make it holdable. Breaking way less controllers in the process. Now come here, you wire, I gotta shoot you in the shooter. You scoundrel, you scallywag, you heathen, you fiend. I'll probably continue with Spiral 1 tomorrow. I feel like it's been long enough. I usually don't really like bombarding the channel with like the same series repeatedly, unless I literally have no other series to do. Kinda like I did with Spiral 3 Money Backsless. Like those streams are just back to back on my channel. Ow. But I'm also notoriously bad at finishing games, so there's no guarantee that I'll even finish this one. New high score. I think they did Wonderland justice in this game, considering the original isn't even that linear of a story. Like it's basically just a bunch of short stories in one. There's no narrative to tie it together neatly. Sip of victory for that remark. I know why I call it sip of victory. Okay, enough running in circles. That's not very intuitive architecture. I hope whoever did that got fired for that blunder. Hey man.
He gets so small.
No, you're simply too big.
Always blaming me. Okay, that's toxic, buddy.
Must you be so loud? You woke me up. Good morning. Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
Well, if a stranger offers me some body composition altering medicine, who am I to say that? Who am I to say no to that? I butchered that. It just bring me behind the shed and fill in the blanks. Come here, you. Okay, the enemies here are complete pipsqueaks. Until the large bodies start appearing, which is after you do the card fight. I think. And you can only do the card fight after gathering the evidence. Oh, am I spoiling the game? I'm sorry. Yeah, let me just leave. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't think there's anything I can do at this time. I actually like the bizarre room puzzles, how they're fully optional just for some extra loot. Like, I find it a flavor win. Kingdom Hearts 1 is just so good because it has a bunch of pointless shit in it. It's so awesome. Game of the year. Okay, do you wish to brawl? I think the Giga Shadows start appearing here on my first visit already, just that I can't really do anything with them under the current circumstances because I don't even have Ragnarok or a lot of strength for that matter. Oh yeah, force cutscene before I can get the save point.
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial? But why?
You're on trial for being on trial.
Queen of Hearts presiding.
That's a funny bit, not made up by me. Don't remember the name of the show. But it was that weird 3D internet show.
That is so unfair.
Because I say so, that's why. This is how the copyright lawsuit between me and Disney is gonna go.
I've done absolutely nothing.
You will be executed for displaying Mickey Mouse on your channel. Because I say so.
So mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
You dare bring a light to my lair? You must die.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling? Oh, yeah.
That was pretty funny. I'll give him that.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart. Off with her head!
No, no! Oh,
Yeah, I think that fits the crime.
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh, it's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the
Stopping
one you're
himself.
looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
It's always guilty until proven innocent. What has happened to this country? Make Wonderland great again. If you try to piece together my actual political affiliations through my live streams, you're probably just gonna conclude that I'm a schizophrenic. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. No, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do inside the bathroom. But I'll be gone for like anything between 2 minutes to 9 billion hours. So I'm gonna turn off the mic. I'm back, Sauce? Not my streamer. And my wires are tangled again. That, once again, is not a metaphor for me going insane. Like, actually literal, my wires are tangled. Hey man, I did see someone suspicious. You! You got me. Cuff me, boys. Oh, sorry, I misplaced my head. I have misplaced my pants. Who indeed? Poor Alice, soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. If you know who the culprit is, tell us. The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. Okay, whack him, boys. Clearly useless. And that's the mantra. If the animal is useless, whack him. That goes for humans too. I'm very practical actually. I'm not like governed by emotions. That's why I get ahead in life. Okay, so where are the bits of evidence? Can we actually hit 1000 money? Like, that would be insane, guys. I keep forgetting that you have to hit triangle. Which isn't even a real thing, it's Y. Because I'm playing this on computer. Personal computer. Why did I make the description of this anyway? There's gonna be some racist ramblings. Oh, I didn't expect me to try to look at the description to break the entire planet in half. Okay, well I can't read it. It's too evil. What I wrote in that description goes way too far. Hey, I made it. Good old keyblade swing jump. Completely breaks the game's progression. Pro and con are actually kind of opposite, so that's quite the funny misspeaking. Weren't there 4 in total? I don't know, I can't count past 3, so... 4 is actually one of those numbers that are like way too big for the human brain to actually process. It's like cool in concept, but like you can't actually fathom how large that number is. Okay, and then there was the tap. The faucet. Which I apparently cannot locate. Oh yeah, I lost my permission to hit him. Come, why are you... Okay. Apparently it was Donald who ended up punching him in the puncher. I almost kept that up as a bit, just running at that wall. I don't know if hopping around actually is any fast. It might be slower. In fact, I have confirmed it to be slower. I believe any source, I made it up. Yeah, the final bit of evidence is there, and that's how you get Blizzard. Let's replace that potion immediately. Get healed, moron. That's what you get. Now, what was I supposed to do? This. Unknown voice. Unknown voice. Colin. Hello, Sauce? Unknown voice. I think my tail got stuck between the car door. Owie wowie. Okay, there, I have put down the duck. I don't trust that jump, so that's why I line myself up before I even try it. And I also execute the duck. Dankeschön. Diese Katze ist sehr nett. I don't actually have the ability to form sentences in that silly language, so... So I think I talked to this fellow, no, or the other fellow. Oh no, it was this fellow, not the other fellow. I don't actually remember the formula for determining the right one. I'm assuming middle one is safe. I'm sure. Okay. Look at me playing the game as usual. It's like either the first one to hit the ground or the last one to hit the ground is always the one with Donald and Goofy in it. But I don't remember which one, so I just picked one of them that was like midway. Not the first one nor the last one. Oh no, anything but cards. You can actually whack the queen for some ease of life, some quality of life changes to the fight, mainly that the cards become immobile. Yeah, I'm not looking to actually beat the cards. I just want to destroy the tower. Ow! Don't poke me, you fool, you heathen, you fiend. 100 XP. I haven't even been alive that long. I'll pour myself a glass of water from my 9 billion liter container. Lukewarm water. Very hydrating indeed. I have provided you with a rock. I'm gonna do some more adequate Wonderland exploration later. Not necessarily when I get the White Trinity, like potentially earlier than that, but later than now, even though there are some items I could acquire in my current state, I'm well aware. Why, this Heartless has quite the large body. If only we had a name for him. Okay, I'm not gonna chase you, buddy. And look who comes crawling back. A battle it is, I shall warn you, I've never been bested. Oh, look at me defeating the enemy. Epic. You shouldn't do that to somebody you would consider a friend. That's evil. Now that I think about it, I think I just wrote something very cynical about Disney into the description. There is no joy here, just complaining. Joy is actually outlawed here where I live. It's like it's offensive to our culture. Actually, when you're an asshole to somebody, you're appropriating my culture, so that's like, you better knock that off, buddy. Ooh, slapshot. I like slapshot, it makes combat more breezeful. Unfortunately, there are still about 9 billion metric tons of enemies. Oh, I also got dodge roll. I completely forgot about that quirk. That's me 2 minutes without getting my liquid. Also, that's what unlocks the flower. I thought it was some other sideway bizarre room shenanigans. Hold the lights are on. You'll see the shadows soon. They'll arise in this room, but somewhere else. The shadows might go after that doorknob too. You're a big guy. That's what they should have called this enemy for the record. But ow! You completely cut off my remark, you evil fiend. Airstrike. Oh, never mind. He dodged my airstrike by ceasing to exist. I have an infinite arsenal here. You're not gonna beat me in this game. Get bonked. Don't you disappear on me, you. We're nowhere near finished here, in fact. Yeah, I think that lineup is good enough. I'll put Thunder to Y after I acquire it. 3 to 5 business days from now. Every day is a business day when you're a hustler. Unfortunately, the postal office are not hustlers, so... Yeah, business days are like once a week. You're giving the estimation of 3 to 5 business days. You're not gonna see that package in... for the next 4 weeks. No, I wasn't supposed to be huge. I think I was supposed to talk to the feline fellow. The sheriff should be here soon. Are you prepared for the worst? If not, too bad. I prefer his original color. Because pink is a girly color, that's cringe. Okay, now come here, you Waya Yara punch you in the puncher and such. You get the drill by now. Pah, you are vulnerable. You don't need the table for this fight. That's a societal construct right there. And all societal constructs are arbitrary. I don't even know what that means. As a sense, like that's literally just a combination of words. Which all sentences are to some extent, I will admit that. Ow. I have an ether. What on earth am I gonna use an ether for? Like in I know what it's for, I just don't know what I would use it for in this case. Okay, he got rid of the table anyway. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a pummeling here. No, I don't wish to attack the arms. Keep forgetting that I have dodge roll. Is he gonna do the fire thing? Okay, arbitrary. Not my fault. They didn't have clear indicators as to where the attack would land, so it's actually the game's fault. I think you learn guard at like level 9 billion. So it's not like story tied. Kinda like the dodge roll was. And he's down. Kinda like my dog. Ow, you lanky-legged, tall-headed freak. Your puncher shall be so punched that you won't even feel a thing anymore. The nerve endings of your puncher will be completely eradicated by my punches. Okay, I have downed him once again. I think he's in like his DM phase now. He's gonna go to the stove soon. Okay, well, you'd think I'd learn and equip more potions. But you see, it's not my fault, so why should I learn from a mistake that's not even mine? I don't think it's possible to down him in this stage because he's like too busy flaming me. I didn't actually know he would take swings at you with the flaming weapons. I just knew he would blow fire at you if you were on the table. Okay. I'm not going to swear. I'm just gonna kick this doghouse down! Okay. I've been spoiled by being level 9 billion at this point on my regular playthrough, so it's actually your fault, not mine. Also, I don't believe I need the third potion, actually, because on these times I haven't run out of potions, I've just died because I played foolishly. That's why I keep not equipping it. Ow, don't bonk me, you. Only I'm allowed to bonk here. Okay. He seems to do 9 billion damage per hit. Which is quite the conundrum for my liking. As far as I'm concerned. Come here, yada. Ow. Bucko, you're being kinda cringe right now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this isn't like intended to insult you, I'm like giving you constructive criticism right now. Okay, I think I actually wanna be close to him, which might appear counterintuitive. Never mind, he's pummeling me. Can you heal within this day? Like, I understand that it's gonna take you 3 to 5 business days to open your satchel to pull out the goddamn potion, but time is of the essence here, buddy. Have you no sense of self-preservation? No, come here, you yada. Hey buddy, you're like totally messing up my vibe here. So like, could you knock that off? I'm gonna ban you. You will get a warning. And you know what happens after 3 warnings, right? That's right, you get a kick. Ow, you shouldn't do that to somebody you consider a friend. No, I swear if he gets like a 3 hit on me. They're giving them away for free at like Heat Fest. Is it like illegal to damage him right now? Like he doesn't consent to being damaged right now, so I can't hit him. I'll try to stay airborne as much as possible. Now, can't this jerk come down at any point? Okay, I got him. And there you go, I'm not completely inept. Get smoked, moron! Pwned, noob! Sorry, I'm missing the deep lore because I'm hydrating. Not my streamer? This cringe? That was a massive little announcement. Took up like 99% of the screen.
How's a doorknob to get any sleep?
Just shove the entire blade up there. Yeah, that sounded like something closed. I had to call my friend the R word real quick. Kinda funny out of context. Okay, saving game. I'm gonna keep going. I mean, I took a pummeling from Trickmaster already, so... I might need to do a little level run. Okay, yeah, I didn't wanna be there anyway. And subconsciously, I actually did not want to be in that room, which is why I left it. It's like Freudian, it's like nothing you do is an accident on a subconscious level. I just saw the thumbnail for this. I forgot that was the thumbnail. I have early onset dementia, so... Okay, and now we're sideways. I'm gonna collect some stuff and kill every... Oh yeah, but there's nothing to kill because I sealed the keyhole. So this is absolutely counterintuitive in every way, shape and form. I'm leaving sauce? Maybe I do deep jungle so I get some more leveling up before I go against Cerberus, because Cerberus is kinda cringe when you're under-leveled. That's like an objective fact, it's not like even an opinion. Sorry buddy, I don't make the rules. I just invent them and enforce them, but I don't actually make them. Ow, why are you bombing me? I didn't do anything to deserve this other than kill like 10 people associated with you. Apparently 25, according to the statistics. That's a little known fact around these streets. Oh yeah, the sky will turn darker before I actually reach it. And now it did. Can you actually destroy these spinning things? Okay, in theory, just not in practice with this ship, I assume, unless you like slow down. Okay, you still cannot. I'm kinda hell-bent on doing this now, so enjoy this. This is peak entertainment right there. Okay, if you can find a consistent way to hit it, you can totally do it. It's actually impossible. Task only. Can you beat Kingdom Hearts 1 while totally high out of your mind? Hey Donald, maybe King Mickey's down there. I mean, you can't make up what he says, so that's kind of an accurate impression. And if you disagree, you're not only wrong, you're actually a meanie head. Good morning. Oh, it's Kayla. I mean, it's almost morning. It's basically morning. It's like 4 p.m. Can't wait for Spyro. Oh. Oi. That's what I say on a daily basis. That's what I said as a baby in the hospital. Uh-oh. Now here's a tutorial on how to deal with exotic animals. You grab the nearest metal blunt object. Ow! Okay, come on, buddy. We're gonna need to talk about your attitude here. See, that is not appropriate. You do not treat people who you love in this manner. That's what you get. And if your house cat misbehaves, that's exactly how you deal with it. It's totally water, guys. And not paint thinner.
Sabor. Danger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, Tarzan communicates better than the average Gen Zer, so that's already a lot of progress.
Place.
It's more coherent than Gen Alpha anyway. They're like 8 years old and cannot actually form a sentence. But they can tell you everything about the Subway Surfers lore.
Friends.
Right, my friends. There's 2 of them. The loud one is Donna.
Donna.
You know what? Never mind. I'm looking for my friends Riku and Kairi.
Look for Riku. Friends.
Right.
Kairi. Friends.
Right.
Fun fact, Sora's actually seeing Kairi there, because she actually is there. It's a little known fact around these streets. Now how did you get your hair like that? You gotta give me your routine.
Not sure I understand, but show me. Take me to Riku and Kairi.
Tarzan. Tarzan. Go.
And I'm Sora. Tarzan go, Sora go go.
Oh, is it gonna cut to Donald and Goofy? Like how abruptly he just stopped. Skibjungle. That's actually the British pronunciation. Okay, it is gonna cut to Donald and Goofy.
I sure hope Sora's okay.
Firearm acquired. That was actually close to his voice. Shane, you do not understand. It's called crypto, and it's decentralized currency. It's the future of banking. If I keep rolling at this blank enough, it's gonna let me proceed. Okay, so I actually want the contents of the chest in the boat. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm not just jumping over the edge right now. Now it all comes down to if I can nail this basic jump. Are you kidding me? It was like a fun frame hold. I think you cannot make up these stairs with the keyblade swing like you actually do need the barrel. I actually have never made it in the remaster. I have in the original. But it's like... Okay, they patched it. Not my fault. Everybody but my fault. Okay, how about I don't play like a toddler on crack right now? Like, is that a choice I can make? Am I gonna get bonked? Now, can I get a refreshment on the definition of insanity again? You see, if you do the same thing expecting a different result, that's actually called being resourceful. You're actually getting a whole lot done. You're being productive. Okay, yeah, screw you, Barrel. You failed me. Okay, now let's see. This jump really isn't as hard as I'm making it out to be. Okay, at least I saved myself from the humiliation of falling all the way down. So what would actually help here is to actually jump. There we go. It took me like 9 billion tries and all of my youth. And both of my kidneys, but I finally made it. And all that so I could get like 1 mithril or something. Knock knock. Protect chain. Why, that's almost useful. So it's a thing here. Then you just do keyblade swings. And you can get this chest early. Now if I jump, will I die? I think I have to do the minigame if I do this. But can't you skip the minigame by hitting quit? You can. Look at me doing these frame perfect tricks. Gamer much? gonna try to short circuit this process by collecting the slides ahead of time. How many of them do I have? 1, 2, okay. So whatever is between 2 and 4 is the one I'm missing. I can't count that high. It's one of those numbers that are like way too big for the human brain to actually process realistically. It's like cool in concept, but just like the human brain cannot make sense of how big, unfathomably big that number actually is.
Jane.
Tarzan. Oh, and who's this?
Hi there. I'm...
Oh, you speak English.
Nein, ich spreche kein Englisch.
Highly doubtful.
Zorro! Goofy! Donald!
A circus of clowns. Not much use for hunting gorillas.
Mr. Clayton, we're studying.
These fools
This is research.
cannot help me hustle. I just made 50 cents on Ethereum
Yourselves at home.
because I know how to buy low and sell high.
Well, anyway, I'm staying. Huh?
Zorro, look what we found. Look at this.
Wow, a cool rock. A gummy block, it's the same stuff used to build our ship. So that means... At some point the Donald impersonation bit is gonna get old. But it's not right now. It's the funniest shit ever. So if I talk to you, will you die? It would be very painful. Yeah, it's the Hello Bastion foreshadowing. Because Kyrie is still stuck in his heart. It's actually deep lore. You need a very high IQ to understand the plot of Kingdom Hearts.
Where are my friends, Riku and Kyrie? Hey, I thought...
That leaves just one place.
And I'm out of water.
Young man, we've been in this jungle for some time now. But we have yet to encounter these friends of yours. I'd wager they're with the gorillas, but Tarzan refuses to take us to them.
Really, Mr. Clayton, Tarzan wouldn't hide.
Then take us there. Take us to the gorillas. Gorilla.
I like how his fingernails are just squares.
Tarzan, are you sure?
Tarzan, go see Kerchak.
Kerchak?
He must be the leader. Perfect. I'll go along as an escort. After all, the jungle is a dangerous place.
I mean, his face contorted to that smile real quick. I trust him. Give him all my life savings. I mean, he's really big on this crypto. Oh, you again. Now, how many times does this lesson have to be taught to you, you stupid feline? The word feline makes me think of the Simpsons elephant bit. Look at the feline. Dad, it's an elephant. Dad, feline is a cat. Elephant, sweetie. It's an elephant. Blue. The only reason I'm not including Tarzan in my party is because I want to do the Trinities. It's the game's fault, not mine. And even if it was my fault, you'd think I'd take responsibility for any of my evil deeds. Why, this must be your first time here. Okay, so you gotta go to the... Well, you don't gotta climb the flagpole, that's not necessarily the goal here. Fun fact, you should actually stand on a real-life hippopotamus. It's a very good idea. Especially in real life. Now, can I get a bunch of these chests early without high jump or glide here? Or am I like on stupid sauce? Inhaling a whole bunch of stupid sauce? Mega potion. I don't think you can make this jump without steroids. Unless it's like a frame perfect keyblade swing. Okay, well now I'm hellbent on this. Guess what I'll be doing for the next 3 hours of my life? No, seriously, take a guess. Let's try the other route a couple times too. Like, let's really milk this for all it's worth. Okay, I did not expect that to be so easy. See, kids, never give up. Just keep throwing shit at a wall until something sticks. Now, is the cutscene gonna play here, or do you like need to go to the tree house? It's gonna play here.
Kerchak, please listen to me.
It took me a long time to understand that he's like speaking gorilla here. That's why he's speaking such clear English, but nobody is reacting.
I want to help them because
I mean, I think that could have been conveyed enough. He could have just went like, hoo hoo ha ha. Like, I don't need to understand exactly what he's saying. I can decipher based on context clues. Then again, Kingdom Hearts isn't really known for its subtle writing. Bravo, Vince!
Kerchak.
Why are the speech bubbles so massive? Also, I'm not doing the Vine minigame. Screw you. I'm not paid enough for that. Such shenanigans. Ooh, Trinity. Knock knock. Wow, the most useful item in the game? That really messes up the meta. I think that should be banned. Just Tundarachi, specifically, not Tundagachi or Thunderji, just Tundara. Like, that breaks the meta.
Wait, Kerchak, please.
I don't think he takes kindly to being shot in the vicinity of. He doesn't have a sense of humor about this stuff. It was a joke? What are you, the woke left?
You don't understand. I was only trying to...
Give him investment advice. See, I have this new token.
I saved that poor gorilla's life.
I believe him. He's forgiven. Now, was there something at top of that upper balcony? I don't think there was, at least right now. So I'm not gonna go through the trouble. Actually, I think it's faster to jump here. Forgot about this chest. Gimme. Mega Ether? I haven't even been alive that long. Okay. Let's change my items around just a little bit. And into the hole we go. Wow, what a cool minigame. No. Is it a pummeling that which you wish you endure? Okay, he's... I did not think of that strategy. You outthought me. I have been out-hustled by a feline. Elephant, Lisa. It's an elephant. Okay, I just needed to get a good round combo going. Now he's completely juggled and he cannot move. That's another thing you should do in real life. Find a jaguar and just start pummeling. It won't backfire.
You do such a thing.
Now, Miss Porter, as I told you,
You know I have sadistic tendencies that are completely uncontrollable.
oh, because of one mishap. Come now.
Sora stands. She goes hard. Put that on an album cover. Also, good thing they have a map of Africa there. They won't get lost.
What am I doing with these imbeciles?
Imbeciles.
Bastard gorillas. I'll hunt down every last one of them. I'll track them down somehow.
I imagine this is how racists do.
Cursed Puerto Rican folks! I will see to it that you will not succeed!
Oh, somebody heard that? Uh-oh. Also, it's... I just had to pick one group of people to make it funny joke. I'm not actually that racist against Puerto Ricans, so like, it was a joke. Unless you agree with me, in which case it was entirely genuine. Also, the gorilla just phased through. It completely ceased to exist. There's actually that one spot in this game where you can literally just AFK to farm levels. Because they spawn infinitely and Donald and Goofy keep killing them. And if you pick a safe zone with Sora, you can actually just leave the game open as you farm for levels for free. And it's in this world specifically. It's kind of a funny oversight. Well, bravo wins. Game of the year. Ah, level up. How dare you, you feed and you feed. Why, you're a okay, it was my puncher. That was the one getting punched here. What did I learn? Nothing. Let's do it all again. Okay, why are you like this? Does it benefit you in some way to play so poorly? Please lock onto the correct target. If you just separate them from one another, it becomes way easier. And fire? Yeah, I'm a raw dog. Bring it on. Potions are actually offensive in my culture. How did that hit insta-kill me? I know I was low, but come on. 9 billion damage for one attack is kind of excessive, don't you think? Okay, so I made this difficult RPG. The enemy does 9 billion damage and has 9 billion health. Isn't that the very definition of difficulty? Okay, you're starting to get on my nerves here, buddy. And the manager can and will hear about this. You're gonna get banned if you keep that up. Don't mess with me, I'm a junior mod, and my reports are taken very seriously. It's a trial mod, that's what I wanted to say. Just rewrite that. I am dealing with this shenanigans. Get bonked. Instant lightning stone, I've never seen that. I think it was this one. Okay. I have no idea. Probably this one. Ah, didn't hit me. Miss me, now you gotta kiss me. Either the middle one or the left one. Let's go with the middle. Okay. And it was that one. Well, that was almost one of them. I didn't see where it stopped. Okay, is he gonna disappear soon? I cannot endure this humiliation for much longer. I did not look whatsoever. You? Ow. Well, I did get the instant lightning stone, which is kind of a highlight. You cannot get anything of use from these guys at this time. There's probably like a 1 in a billion chance of getting a mystery goo, but I like getting my mystery goos from the rare truffles anyway. Not from those fellows. So like maybe like the fire arts and things like that. Like all the arts you can get from them. That's somewhat useful. You can tell these monkeys are actually like female because they like have a bow on their head and they're pink. It's like a little known fact around these streets. Like it's one of those blink and you miss moments. Bravo, Vince. I don't think enemies spawn when you go on the roof. They do in real life. They're like, hey, get down from there, you. Oh, it's that asshole again. God damn it. Ah, the hippo submerged. Now I have to wait 3 to 5 business days just to make this jump. What were they thinking? What a shitload of fuck. This game is diarrhea coming out of my dick. This game is an inside-out asshole regurgitating putrid anal fecal matter. I've had more fun playing with dog turds. It sucking fucks, it fucking sucks, it fucking blows, it's a piece of shit. Is this the infinite enemy dispenser? No, I think this is still a scripted event, so it's not the infinite enemy dispenser. The infinite enemy dispenser becomes a thing when you do the fruit mission, which is later. Where do these gorillas keep acquiring these gummies? Are they just giving them away at the heart of the jungle or something? I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Hello. Sorry to break up this house party, boys. Bring it on. Totally pwned them. Epic gaming. Have I done all the missions now? Like now I gotta go to the tent and they're gonna be like, oh no, where's Jane? Wasn't that a fun minigame? I totally beat it, guys.
Do you wish to brawl? Okay, bring it on, fellow. Time to get pummeled by the likes of me. I be shitting and stuff. That's oversharing, you're gonna get banned. I have pummeled the monkey. They don't let me back in the zoo anymore. Get smoked. Why are you like this? Why, dude? Why? I gotta punch you in the puncher, you scallywag. Oh hell no, why would you do that stuff? Know what I'm saying? Oh sorry, I triggered PETA. PETA's in my chat. They're looking for gaming streams and be like, oh no, don't! It's incredibly hard to not say the N-word. Don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it. Face is all red. Don't say it. Oh, you don't know how much of a struggle it is to stream on YouTube. You're not even allowed to be racist? That's dumb. I should be allowed to be verbally abusive to anyone I want. That's dumb. Cool, what I'm saying, I just read that typo. Hopefully I will be paid for my suffering. If you invest in me crypto, I will give you $9 billion. Or I will eat at your dog. Too late, but it's nothing but a pile of bones. Okay, I drowned on camera. You heard the too late remark. Oh, don't think I didn't take this into account. You hear barking? Check under your Christmas tree. I will resurrect it using that Game Boy's Pet Cemetery and eat it. Bon appetit, I suppose. Now yeah, I never actually visited the tent. As I should have. Now, is this gonna be an infinite supply of monkeys, or will they still be limited? I'm pummeling these fellows. It's starting to feel like it's an infinite supply. Free XP? Problem economy? I made fake money and paid with it. Problem economy? Oh, they do have a problem with that. Oops. Ow. You shouldn't do that to somebody you love. Get pummeled, noob. Okay, I'm gonna leave soon. This is stupid. I'm not gonna fight this infinite dispenser of monkeys. Vines too? It's out? Holy shit, guys. Epic funny comedy. Comedy is finally legal again. Bravo, Vince. I pooped my pantalones. Problem economy? Boss wouldn't let me go to the bathroom, so I shit my pants. Problem economy?
willpower shard. That's what it's called when you do the trick to get out of work early. Yeah, I shit my big boy pants. Problem economy. Okay, so I'm missing some monkeys still. Really missed them. It's almost like they're still here. Ah, my nose is itchy. Now where could those monkeys be? The monkey event? Random ship event? I actually enjoy my work. I just enjoy duking my pants even more. You gotta find a way to make that into a career, buddy. If you love what you do, why do it for free? Go to your boss and say like, I actually shit my pants twice this week, so you better give me a raise right now. Problem economy? Oh, this cutscene. Now where could my pipe be? Garfield! Ow. That was a pretty realistic representation of what would happen in real life. That was like the canon version of that event. Better yet, you better give me the company. Sorry boss, but I don't make the rules. Yeah, that's how capitalism works. You shit your pants and you get the company. That's in the Constitution, guys. Okay, time to find the wild animal. Okay, he's actually putting up a fight this time. Okay, 9 billion damage per hit. And absolutely not interactable whatsoever. Totally fair, guys. Could this be the fairest game in the world? Okay, the cat has been pummeled. That's not all of it. I summon Shane Dawson. White Fang. Why did the color have to be specified? I feel like there's something underlying there. Love at first sight. Is there 3 to 5 business days of... Okay, apparently I'm being pummeled. I just want to find out if there's 3 to 5 business days of delay in there. Okay, there's a little bit of delay, but not like unstomachable. Okay. I swear, if you put me in the beginning of the game... Oh no, the gorilla's touching that woman inappropriately. Put it down! Put it down! Kill it! Haha, time attempt at pummeling me has failed. You fool, you baboon. Now bring it on, loser. If the girl monkeys spawn, I'm not even gonna stick around. I hate them. Not because of their mechanics, but specifically because they're girl monkeys. No, but actually because they run away and they trip you and get rid of all your money and they give you like 2 XP for all that trouble. I don't want to fight girls, that's like illegal. Okay. What's with all the pummeling I'm enduring? Okay, at least I spawn here. No. You shouldn't treat people you love like that. Okay, I might deal with these guys if it's not too much trouble. But it's like they drop their banana peels, and if you sleep on the banana peel, you drop a whole bunch of your money. And then Donald and Goofy, stupid asses, just willingly walk on it. You're like, oh, banana peel, let me beeline to it. It's like the monkeys place the banana peels all the way outside the map. And they still somehow find a way to sleep on them. Banana peel is like on top of Mount Everest, and they specifically climb that mountain for the strict purpose of sleeping on it. And that's why I don't like fighting the girl monkeys. You can tell they're girls because they're pink and they wear bows. I don't make the rules, buddy, I'm sorry. I just come up with them and enforce them very gleefully. It's like a thing. Bravo, Vince. Get smoked, loser. My nose is itchy. On account of overdose of ketamine. Now this is how hippos work in the real world. You should go try it sometime. The big black fruit looks suspicious. Why did you have to specify the color of the fruit? Ah, screw it, I'll just pummel the fruit. Rules aren't epic or something. Why is there a rule you have to give a raise to your worker if he shits his pants on a daily basis multiple times a day? Life is unfair. My efforts are never rewarded. Okay, that was a pretty sight. 9 billion polygons. Clayton came to the tent and that's the last thing I remember. Clayton! Gorillas have tricked run. We must help the gorillas. Clayton is like his trigger word. Also, I shouldn't have jumped from from there. Because there was a save point up there and... Oh, I am quite the fool. Okay, now time to go bash the guy with the... Time to take my metal pole and beat up the guy who actually has a gun. See, I don't see any way that could be counterintuitive. Oh, now that you're all here, gorillas, have you heard about Ethereum? You can make like $9 billion that way.
No!
I mean, the kid said so. You cannot shoot him. It's the law.
Clayton.
Not Clayton. Not Clayton.
He's actually saying a gay slur there. If you ever wonder what he says there. That's not Clayton, that's a... Okay, I have been shot to death. The Kingdom Hearts lore is very deep. There's this little boy called Sora who gets separated from his friend. Then he gets shot to death in a jungle in Africa somewhere. Now, how stupid do you have to be to actually get pummeled by a guy with a pole while you have a shotgun? Okay, now reinforcements arrive. Ja, me and Taco Bell. Ow. Okay. Is this gonna be a thing now? Am I about to get pummeled repeatedly? Yes. That first phase is gonna drive me insane. But what I wouldn't do for content. Okay, yeah, thank you for locking in onto the insignificant monkey target. Totally didn't want to pummel the guy with the gun here. Okay. I think I can piece this together without the cutscene. Okay, I'm cornered. I didn't even know I didn't have potions. Okay, this time I have a strategy. Items, Goofy. Yeah, let's give him mega potions because those heal the entire party. And if these fuckers decide to use them on themselves, I can still get some of the bonus. I took 1 HP of damage. Okay, let me use the strongest item in the game to heal that. Notice how the monkeys who are completely unequipped did more damage in that exchange than the guy with the gun. Can this guy like die? Schade, mein Puppe für den Booty-Schnitzel ist so groß. I didn't know he had long-ranged attacks. Too bad it cannot hit me. Oh no, he figured out a counter! Oh, that was the entire boss. I didn't actually have to kill the big guy. The big guy just ceases to exist because I pummeled the guy with the gun. Ow, I have been beaten with the metal pole. How did you know that was my only weakness? Oh no, something large is approaching me at a very slow speed. What should I do? Let's try not moving at all. Let's just stand here and see what happens. Attained power of healing. See, that's what I wanted this entire time. Cure. Just rips his head off. Realistic water physics? What is this game of the year?
Tarzan home.
That's quite the intuitive name, Waterfall Cavern. Yeah, I would like to... May I please be given the honor of opening that chest within the confines of this day, please? Ah, danke schön, Paco. Is there something there? No. You should always approach glowing objects when you see them in the wild.
This is your home? But that means... Huh?
Just Maxim.
The waterfalls. They're echoing all the way here.
Friends there. Sea friends.
Oh, now I've got it. Ah means heart. Friends in
Oh,
our
that's
hearts.
what it was.
Heart.
It wasn't the
Oh,
Bulgarian N-word after all.
Friends. Same heart. Clayton. Lose heart. No heart. No sea friend.
He may have lost his heart, but at least he had an epic gun.
No friends.
I like, quite frankly, that makes him way more of a role model.
Yeah, all for one, huh?
Gotta stretch my asshole. All this sitting is very much so killing me in real life.
But it's sure not the king's.
I think someone has a new admirer.
Too bad you're getting married right now. I don't make the rules.
What drew the heartless to that road?
The hunter lured them there. It was his lust for power that was the bait. But it seems the
Why, what an
bait
evil villain.
was
It would be a shame if her role was completely diminished in the sequels of this game. Ha.
He got chopped instead.
A weak-hearted fool like him stood no chance against the heartless. But the boy is a problem. He found one of the keyholes.
Fear not, it will take him ages to find the ring. Besides, he remains blissfully unaware of our other plans.
Yes, the princesses.
They are falling into our hands one by one. Speaking of
There's an alternate version of this cutscene where she's replaced by Snow White. There's a little known fact around these streets. Bravo, Vince. Amazing attention to detail. Jungle King. Red Trinity. Red? I haven't even been alive that long. I wanna be pilot. That's actually Sora's canonical voice. I think I'm gonna go to the Olympus Coliseum. Then I'll save. And review my options. From there. I've been live for like 3 hours, which is way longer than I've been alive, just for the record. Flying with Parkinson Simulator. Now it's the geometry dash ship part. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Hold on, let me pummel this rock in peace. Okay, 9 billion health. Okay, that almost wasn't even enough with the slowdown. Now it's gonna turn back to a lighter tone. This background, that is. In about 3 to 5 business days from now. And boy, time sure flies. 3 to 5 business days in such a blink of an eye, if you will. Yeah, I'd take 3 to 5 business days to blink my eyes. I'm like... That's just like a hyper sped up version of it. And I have to drop literally everything else I do when I blink my eyes. That's like it's like a perk defect, you wouldn't get it. Because your IQ's not like high enough or Bravo wins. Amazing attention to detail. Okay, why would you take a shot at me? What did I do? What did I do? We're almost at the Coliseum. Shoot it! Shoot it! Blow it up! Ny highscore. Das ist sehr episch. Knock knock. Is there another blue one here? There absolutely is. A very epic Bravo wins. Okay, methinks it's time to quit the epic stream. Problem economy. Yeah, I've been live for 3 hours. And I haven't even been alive for that long. So yeah, if you liked it, push the like button in the face like a boss! Bye! See you. Stay awesome, bros. Okay, that's enough of plagiarism. I can actually hit the quit the live button.